Indiana University is playing Miami for the college football playoff national championships, the program's first ever national title game appearance. And what makes this hit harder is where IU has come from for most of its history. Indiana University has been a program that fought like hell, but lived on the wrong side of the win column. So now, to celebrate what's about to happen Monday and to what's already happened, it's my guest, Bryan Smith of Hard Truth, and he's also an Indiana University graduate. We're going to have some whiskey. How's it going, Bryan?
Hey, Tom. Thanks for having me on, man. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, it's exciting times here in Bloomington. I don't even know that this ever. It's one of those things where you never really even think it's going to happen. So you just kind of, it's never something I held on to hope for.
I understand, and you're actually joining us right there live in Bloomington. Of course, your distillery, Hard Truth, is just down the road there in Nashville. I mean, this is all IU land fans in that region, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Just a little 25 minutes down the road from Bloomington. But a lot of the story of Hard Truth, as far as my part of the story, a lot of the dreaming and plotting and learning and all that that ended up with what's in these bottles happened right here in Bloomington.
It happened right there. And I should say I have a couple different ones in front of me. I've just poured the Hard Truth Sweet Mash Rye, just such a delicious Indiana rye. And what do you have there with you?
So I've got the fourth in our series that we did with Mellencamp Whiskey Company. This is our Hard Truth American Odd Sweet Mash Bourbon bottled in bond. So this is a special mash bill that I came up with to really celebrate our Indiana farmers. So again, this is just like the Harvest Rye that I know you have. This one it's a similar mash bill, but turned the other way. So it's 82% corn and 18% rye. The rye came from Dwayne Kuhlenschmidt right there in Mount Vernon, Evansville, Indiana.
I just saw it a few weeks ago.
The corn came from Doug Miller, our farmer that farms in Brown County and Rush County. So 100% Indiana grains in this whiskey. It was a great collaboration with Hud Mellencamp and Levi Collison from Mellencamp Whiskey Company. So it's been fun. It's a delicious whiskey if you can find it.
Oh, they're all so delicious. And I'm going to try here in a few minutes the French Oak Harvest Rye. Love what you've done with all these. And I know the buzz is so big there right now. Tell us about it.
It's really interesting. This year specifically, I mean, obviously last year was a great ramp into this. And, full disclosure, I didn't grow up watching a whole lot of sports. So, obviously growing up in Indiana and with some high school, people that went to my high school who ended up, Calvert Cheney was on the Indiana Hoosiers team, very winning team. So I've been a big basketball fan, as most people are, of the Hoosiers. But really, football was always thought of as a great tailgate experience. And that was about where it ended. You spent your time in the tailgates. The way that we started this year and the confidence that Cignetti and the team have put together, I can tell you that there really has been just this positive flow of energy. And even though I'm not a huge football fan and really don't have much in the way of knowledge of college football, everyone's been fully confident that what's happening right now was the path that we were leading. The amount of fun that they're having and the amount of confidence that they exude, even when they're not, even when they're down or it's third and long, has just let me know that this team's the real deal. So it's been a blast, and I cannot wait until the final game.
Me too, my friend. Me too. And growing up in Indiana, and actually was at the same high school Bryan was here. We saw the excitement of basketball in Indiana. And of course enjoyed football, but just to see the passion that Cignetti has brought, bringing so many great fans the talent together, bringing the best out in that talent. It's something that I think that maybe people didn't know we had in us. Maybe they knew it with basketball, but they didn't know that Indiana had it. On that same token, what do you think? Maybe the whiskey enthusiasts don't always know about what Indiana has to offer in the world of whiskey.
Yeah, it's funny as we built this, the hard truth, built our distillery and I always hesitate using the word building this brand because, a lot of people in the whiskey world, this growth that's happened in the last 10, 15 years, there's been a lot of growth of brands, but not people who are building distilleries to create the next American heritage whiskey brand, which is really what Hard Truth is.
Right.
And it's been really interesting as I travel the country. It's always funny when I come back to Indiana that sometimes even right around the corner, people don't know that this award-winning, grain to glass, authentic bourbon and rye whiskey is crafted right here in the Hoosier State, and we're winning awards all over the country and even globally.
And obviously you put so much into it, so much hard work, skill, passion. You're welcome. Did you ever have any idea that you would go this far?
If you talked to me 12 years ago and laid this all out as to where we would be right now, I would really look at you pretty strangely, Tom. But but that being said, not unlike what Curt Cignetti had in his vision for what this football team could become, I think sometimes when you're in the right place at the right time and you've got the skill set and you've got the confidence and the know-how and the backing, of folks behind you, you can almost see the whole thing, all the way out to the end. Once we got this project started, almost like within the first couple of months of what we were building, I could see, not in full detail, but I could see the success, I could see it all the way to the end. So my partners as well. So, when we would get together and talk about this, at the end of every year, there was never like oh my God, I can't believe that this is happening. Knowing that you can do it and having the confidence to get it done and then executing, just like the Hoosiers, man, it's something where you can fulfill your prophecy.
Yes, you can. You can, and you have. And was it 12 years ago you all started talking about this, getting it together?
11, 12 years ago. But really, we got the license. We started getting our permitting and everything in early 2015. So yeah, it's amazing how that time goes by and what Hard Truth has been able to do. And now we've got over 200 people who work on that property, 400,000 visitors a year. We're in now getting ready to be 42 states of distribution in the United States.
You're going into
so it's been a hell of a ride.
You're going into a few more this year.
Yes, so we just we're officially launching California at the end of this month with Washington, Nevada, and Arizona close to follow with our distributor partner out there. But California is officially live out of Sacramento through Rocco Wine and Spirits. So Ro, actually, he's also got another shop in Folsom, California. But he's been in selling Hard Truth now for the last 2 months or so. And he's been a great partner. So really, it was his enthusiasm for our brand, and then also his consumer base out there begging for Hard Truth that brought us out there.
Hard Truth from the Mellencamp Company. This is the French Oak, and
yes,
all these are so good. There's really obviously a very a very important tie-in, not only with Bloomington, but also with IU football with Mellencamp. But for those that don't know, tell us about just briefly the Mellencamp whiskey and what's been happening lately.
Sure. Yeah. So it's been about 3 or so years ago. Hud Mellencamp reached out to me personally. He and his business partner were a huge fan of our whiskey. They had a lot of interest in getting into the whiskey industry. but they didn't, it wasn't like a money grab or like, hey, we want to build this huge company. It was, we love whiskey. We love Indiana farmers, obviously with tie-in with Farm Aid. We love your whiskey. We know that you all are doing it the right way, working with Indiana farmers, Indiana grains, supporting Hoosier farmers and Hoosier workers.
Right.
But really, there were so many synergies, and it made so much sense. And HUD grew up right down, literally across the road from where I lived for many years, down by Lake Monroe in Bloomington. But yeah, so it's been a great project. So 4 unique expressions of whiskeys. I think we had 3 ryes and 1 bourbon. This was the last in the series. And then HUD got his dad, John Mellencamp, lend us some of his original artwork for the label. So while it's in this beautiful, hard truth package, the each label features an original artwork from John Mellencamp. So this one is the American Odd, which actually you can see this painting in the flesh in downtown Bloomington right now at the Clash Art Museum gallery right on Kirkwood. A lot of people don't know, which it was on, I think it was 60 Minutes a few weeks ago. A segment where John talked about his involvement with IU sports and particularly IU football. And he's supported IU football through a lot of donation over the years. And so it's exciting, for a guy like him to see, even he was supporting IU football and putting a lot of money in when, as in the segment they talked about, very thin times. But now to see the success is pretty cool.
It is. It's very cool. Great tie-in. So many people that have always been fans getting together. We're trying, again, some delicious bourbons, ryes from Hard Truth. I'm going to put, in case you need to track down where to buy it near you, it's hardtruth.com. Obviously, if you're anywhere near Bloomington, go take a tour. It's such a unique experience. It's powerful what you've done for the world of whiskey and for Indiana, Bryan.
Oh, thanks, buddy. And also, if you're in Miami for the game, we're well distributed in Florida as well. So go pick up a bottle. There are a lot of retailers down there who have us on the shelf. But thank you very much, Tom. It's humbling. It's exciting to be a part of. Again, I get to come on here and talk with folks like yourself and talk about the brand, but really my pride lies in the other 200 plus hardworking, dedicated, and passionate and extremely talented Hoosiers that are responsible for bringing this life to brand. Brand to life.
Yes, so many people that have just put so much into this, and it's such delicious whiskey. If you're thinking about it, maybe it's somebody who's traveling to Bloomington to watch a game at one of the great pubs. Maybe they're going to Miami, or maybe they're just having a little Hard Truth to pair with the game. What would be a really incredible Hard Truth 4-quarter flight using Hard Truth for the first, second, third, and fourth quarter?
Great question. I would start with our Hard Truth weeded bourbon bottled in bond.
Yes,
it's a complex whiskey, but like most weeders, it's really approachable, really soft in the mid palate and sweet and delicious. And maybe in a cocktail, even like a paper plane,
I like that. Yeah. Beautiful. It'd be beautiful.
Fairly easy cocktail to create at home. Second quarter, I think you ought to go. I would maybe do that French oak harvest rye that you have in your hand there.
Oh yeah.
Decadent, delicious. I'd do that as a neat pour.
Take it in that second quarter.
Yeah. Third quarter, I'd go with our sweet mash bourbon black label. It's just a good one. And whether you want to drink it neat or maybe pour a highball with some ginger ale on that one. It's a lot of people ask me if I get upset when people use mixers with my whiskey, and I do not. There is no judgment. I grew up drinking George Dickel and ginger ale, so a good diluted highball is a friend of mine. And then the fourth quarter to salute to this great victory that's coming. I'd go with that sweet mash rye that you have in your glass.
Sweet mash rye it's just your original. Yes. So powerful, so smooth. So much texture, complexity, everything you've done, Bryan. Again, congratulations on your all success. Again, wherever you are, you're going to be in by the end of this year. How many would it be? 45 states?
I think 42 by the 42 with yeah, probably by the end of this next year. It's interesting growth like that. Sometimes we make decisions that we're gonna slow down, but then we get a willing partner who's like, "Don't worry, we've got you. We've got a lot of thirsty people asking for your whiskey out here. We want to bring you in." So sometimes those decisions are made based on opportunities. So I would be very surprised if in the next couple of years, you couldn't find a pour of hard truth in all the states of the union.
All over, and some internationally. Are you seeing it internationally?
So we do have some distribution in the Bahamas. But outside of that, we're still waiting. On the unfortunately or fortunately, however you want to look at it. We've made a lot of whiskey, but to satisfy the international market, is probably a little bit down the road. We've got to make a little bit more whiskey. We've got some coming though.
In Indiana, be looking for it in almost all the states. Hard Truth, and be watching Monday for that IU victory. And again, he's joining us live. That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Live from Bloomington, it's Bryan Smith of Hard Truth. He's distilling it. He's doing it all. He's just you're doing such a great job there, my friend. Cheers. And
thanks, Tom.
Good.
Cheers to you as well. Let's go Hoosiers.
Hoosiers. That's right.